Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Daily Gossip YouTube channel. I have brought a new video for you. Please watch the video till the end. Thank you. Serena Williams' debt-ridden stepmom is due back in court next week in a desperate bid to keep hold of the tennis ace's childhood home, which she allegedly stole from husband King Richard. Lakeisha Williams' financial problems are due to get a whole lot worse as her estranged spouse, legendary tennis coach Richard, has vowed to file a lawsuit for elder abuse after allegedly being fleeced out of his $1.4 million home in an elaborate sting operation. Serena Williams' debt-ridden stepmom is due back in court next week in a desperate bid to keep hold of the tennis ace's childhood home. Now, the U.S. Sun can reveal that Richard isn't the only elder abuse victim in this full sorry saga. Former Miami stripper Lakeisha, 44, has been accused of conning frail Richard, 81, out of the home, which has been in the Williams family since 1995 when he bought it with Serena's mother Oracene. Lakeisha admits to forging his signature on the title deeds to put the property in her name, which she claims Richard knew about, and took out a $255,000 loan with hard lender David Simon, which she's failed to pay back, and the sum now stands at over $600,000, including interest and legal fees. The case has been going through the courts since 2017 with the latest hearing due next Thursday, May 4. Lakeisha is currently holed up at the four-bed mansion in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, with her aunt Betty Downing, whom she's been working with for over a decade on numerous failed businesses and disastrous property ventures resulting in foreclosure, court documents allege. Her accomplice Downing has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree grand theft and exploiting an elderly person for over $100,000. which carries up to a 30-year prison sentence in Florida. Downing, 60, was arrested by Broward County cops and is now facing trial for allegedly taking at least 3 sums totaling $165,000 and $8,000 a month from Ruth and Leon Wright, ages 90 and 91 respectively, over a 3-year period from January 2010, after becoming their live-in carer. She allegedly spent the money on purchasing 2 homes and a car. Both Lakeisha and Downing seem to be playing from the same handbook, as Downing's case has been driving through the courts for a decade with the Wright's son, Bruce, accusing her of delaying tactics. The arresting officer, Detective Nora Schwartz, said in a sworn affidavit, "Victim Ruth Wright is 90 years old and suffers from Alzheimer's and lack capacity to consent. Victim Leon Wright is 91 years old, ambulates by wheelchair, and has diminished memory and is not able to answer basic questions accurately. The defendant is a live-in caregiver for the elderly couple and gets paid $8,000 a month for her services. However, within the past 6 months, the defendant has received funds from the victim's account that exceeds $100,000, mostly in the form of checks written out to her or her corporation. Also, the defendant has bought 2 homes with the victim's money and both placed in the name of her corporation. The defendant admitted to using the victim's funds for her bills and personal use, as well as for the victim's bills and food. The defendant stated that she has received gifts from the victim Leon in the past in the amounts of $40,000 and $25,000, which she stated she used for her children's college. The defendant also advised that victim Leon gave her all of this money willingly and knew what he was doing. She advised that she also received POA power of attorney, as recently as last month when the allegations of exploitation were first addressed. The defendant, who stood in a position of trust and confidence with the elderly couple and had a business relationship with, knowingly, by deception, obtained and used the listed elderly person's funds, assets, and property. According to the sheriff's report, when welfare officers and police interviewed Leon, he didn't know the president's name, his son's name, or how to dial 911 if there was an emergency. Downing told investigators that Leon asked her to invest his money, and she purchased 2 homes and was working on a third to fix the houses up and rent them, and the rent money gets deposited into Leon Wright's bank account, according to the documents.